We are anonymous. When we see that every unstable economy future brings more of us out of their bubbles, when we open our doors to other possibilities and leave behind the hatred and ignorance, when we open our hearts and empathize the sickness and sadness surrounding this world, when we question with our God-given logic to see an imbalance of power growing in this world, when we spend another unknown years seeing all good being extinguished for commerce first, when we no longer are fulfilled by an entertainment value to distract us from the world truth, when we evolve spiritually and find what is needed to fulfill us, we learn is not found outside of us. When we watch our children, our grandchildren, and see a future of fear and control for them, when we learn of what corruption the world truly is with this great Alexandria Library Part 2, when we search for the truth without having to have someone tell us what the truth is, when we cry at the slaughter of innocents felt, seen, and heard around the world, when we realize we are not alone, we are all anonymous, we are the 99%. Welcome to the Anonymous Media. Please feel free to join us. We have focused our attention as the magician of this world has had us do for so many years. With misdirection, they could blind a mass of people and dictate to them what the truth is by allowing all of us to see what is shown and very few out of the masses bothering to look at the other hand. We were led up from the time where we only see and know things for the way we have seen and perceived them, never allowing an out-of-thinking source to change this machine created so many years ago, this machine that is fed daily by our own ignorance to any possibilities outside of a created commerce bubble. We all exist here and cannot seem to break free or have been taught and told this is how things have been and always will be, a controlled political governed body over the people. A controlled governed body for commerce religion, a controlled governed body for medical, a controlled governed body of planned obsolescence to push an idea to create a growth industry fed by insanity. To push this machine forward, we will plan our obsolescence right out of existence to all mankind of an idea that only works in an infinite resourced world. Start with a cage containing 5 monkeys. Inside the cage, hang a banana on a string and place the ladder under it. Before long, a monkey will go to the ladder and start to climb towards the banana. As soon as he touches the ladder, all the monkeys get sprayed with cold water. After a while, another monkey makes an attempt with the same result. All the monkeys are sprayed with cold water. Pretty soon, when another monkey tries to climb the ladder, the other monkeys will try to prevent it. Now put away the cold water. Remove one monkey from the cage and replace it with a new one. The new monkey sees the banana and wants to climb the ladder. To his surprise and horror, all of the other monkeys attack him. After another attempt and attack, he knows that if he tries to climb the ladder, he will be assaulted. Next, remove another of the original 5 monkeys and replace it with a new one. The newcomer goes to the ladder and is attacked. The previous newcomer takes part in this punishment with enthusiasm. Likewise, replace the 3rd original monkey with a new one, then a 4th, then the 5th. Every time the newest monkey takes to the stairs, he is attacked. All of the monkeys that are beating him have no idea why they are not permitted to climb the stairs, or why they are participating in the beating of the newest monkey. After replacing all of the original monkeys, none of the new monkeys have ever been sprayed with cold water, and any new monkey brought in this continues to be assaulted and joins the assault on newcomers whenever the banana is attempted. After replacing all the original monkeys, none of the new monkeys have ever been sprayed with cold water, and any new monkey brought into this continues to be assaulted and joins the assaults on any newcomers whenever the banana is attempted. Why? Because as far as they know, that's the way it has always been done around here. A simple understanding of why things stay the way they are and the mountain of adversity for those who so desperately want things to be changed. Those who wish change have the adversity of the many who wish things to stay as is and will attempt to prevent that change without fully understanding why it is to be that way and only that way, and any logic will be ignored for the stability of illusion created right up to the contradiction that will create its own self-destruction. We exist in a world where we act and seem to believe we live in a world of infinite resources, where we have a mountain of adversity to show people there may be other ways, and to climb over the many who will beat them down to have things stay the way it is, always, regardless of the insanity of heading straight to a cliff, where our leaders keep telling us, don't worry, it's not really a head-on collision, train wreck, or cliff. It's an illusion, a mere mirage, a light playing tricks on your eyes. Just keep your eyes down and trust us. It's unsustainable in a future existence because it's based on flagrant contradiction. A new product every 3 minutes in a world out of balance, where we are led to believe there is not enough for everyone, not enough food, and not enough land for the 7 billion and climbing population worldwide, and yet we live as a throwaway society. Contradictions of truths began before most of us went into that cage with our fellow monkeys. A light bulb burning since 1901.
Welcome to Livermore, California, home of the longest burning light bulb in the world. My name's Lynn Owens, and I am chairman of the Light Bulb Committee. It was in 1972 when we discovered that the light bulb that was hanging in the fire station was a significant light bulb.
The light bulb at the Livermore fire station has been burning continuously since 1901.
It's 10 years old and still burning. The Centennial Light is the world's longest lasting light bulb. It is at 4550 East Avenue, Livermore, California, and maintained by the Livermore Pleasant Fire Department. Some perspectives on the bulb's life is it has already surpassed 936,900 hours. And in another just over 7 years will have surpassed 1 million hours of life. The trinity of crucial factors for this possibility is: number 1, create the illusion from advertising; number 2, carefully plan obsolescence; number 3, credit for a debt world. With a population of 7 billion people, we can reduce the available land to an acre per person. Women, men, children, all owning their very own at birth, and still have the availability of 80% of the land mass worldwide available to be protected and used accordingly. What could a person do with their own 43,560 square feet? With the advancements of today, no person in the whole of the world need to go to bed with an empty belly. 10,000 fish, 300 to 500 yards worm compost, 3 acres of land in greenhouses, grow all year using heat from compost piles, using vertical space. A packed greenhouse produces a crop value of $5 per square foot, $200,000 per acre. With this availability of 3 acres, you can grow yourself 1 million pounds of food. Seems we could feed ourselves.
We're talking about 10,000 fish. We're talking about 1 million pounds of food residue, 300, 400, 500 yards of compost. I want to know, how did you do that here? You know, how did you make that happen on these 3 acres?
We're growing this kind of stuff. We're the largest year-round producer in the state of Wisconsin, and maybe one of the largest in the Midwest, and we're a non-profit. So we're able to grow throughout the winter inside these greenhouses without heat by using the compost pile. On the one side, we've got 10,000 tilapia in there in warm water, and there's the heater. that heats the water, that heats the entire greenhouse in the wintertime. And then we've got lake perch grown in cold water over here in this greenhouse. So we're taking, say, 3,000 square feet and turning it into 4,500 square feet of growing space by using vertical growing. We're able to grow these, and these fish runs. One pump operates this entire system. We lift water up, gravity takes it this way on both levels, and it drops back into the system. So this is a very efficient way of growing food. This is ag of the future.
How about a gentleman who has the ability to grow an acre of area using vertical growth that requires 7% of the water needed instead of the 100% used for the same equal space of land, while being able to use unavailable land not used for food growth, improved hydroponic speed and growth, and feed areas of the world with very little water?
Niche applications like zoos have much to gain from the use of verticrop, but the global applications are more diverse. Verticrop has potential markets wherever there are large concentrations of people, where land is unavailable for food production or unsuitable, and where resources are scarce or expensive for the growing of food. On a global scale, that means there is a place for verticrop virtually everywhere.
On a flat horizontal plane, like traditional agriculture, we've gone up, put it in motion, which allows us to increase the crop density on a given surface of land and greatly reduce the amount of water that we use.
Here's how it works. Balsam Products puts nearly any kind of vegetable into these racks. Then they constantly rotate through this 30 by 40 foot box, where they get a spray of water and nutrients.
If I were growing this for a head lettuce, we use 1/20th the amount of water in this system than we would in conventional agricultural applications where we're growing it out in the field. We can produce about 35,000 heads of lettuce every 35 to 40 days.
Kurt says an average acre of lettuce grows around 400,000 heads per year.
We can do somewhere between, I'll say, 4 and 6 million heads in the same space with 1/20th the amount of water.
And they can cut down on how far produce has to travel by setting up this system nearly anywhere.
How about the same gentleman talking about the ability of 33,000 gallons per acre per year of diesel made in such a way you would not need to replace
What we have is a
crops?
closed-loop photobioreactor. So our goal is to produce the greatest amount of biomass from algae that we can. That algae is the fastest organism, fastest growing plant on the planet. If I grow an acre of corn, and I'm looking at it from the standpoint of producing oil, I can grow about 18 gallons of oil per acre per year. Palm. Palm, we get 700 to 800 gallons per acre per year. Algae, I can go up to 20,000 gallons of oil per acre per year. And that's just in an open pond system. That's not in a closed bioreactor system. If we took 1/10 of the state of New Mexico and converted it into algae production, we could meet all of the energy demands for the entire United States.
Algae is the very best means of comparing the price we now pay at the pump. It has already been surpassed by algae's abilities to have enough fuel to heat your home, to run your equipment and vehicles, and still have some to share with your neighbors. So with your very own acre, you could feed and create enough sustainable energy and growth and exist in a betterment of ourselves. First feed our needs, and then we will have our wants. There will be industries and growth, but it can be in ways to allow a finite planet an existence for our future inhabitants who will continue their responsibilities without unwarranted useless waste. We do not have to make an available item existence forever. It could simply become an entrance to a biodiversity of balanced ecosystem by simply shedding our wants back to the earth in the most healthiest way, feeding the circle of life. Instead of a suit from marriage to grave, it would be food for our ecosystem. Nothing is written in stone, but it is time we all see the cliff and change what is coming for our future and the existence to go on for all mankind. Let's stop this insane pyramid, no longer be the cancer, the virus to our embodiment we exist upon, and climb back into the circle of life with this seed of intelligence that made us responsible for all life the moment we became more. Troubles from the loud, bitter end world of trolls. A hole of hatred is what they have learned. Damaged souls felt naked, return burned. Spurned emotion, run in haste, lost eagerness. Unearned, stolen love to taste only bitterness. Impetuous to feel good and stand on all to make. Defenseless they kneel, feel the backhand to wake. Never learn to heal and stand and shake from the ache. Hater and clever, life unreal. Ironically hating hater and becoming the hate their own traitor.